Hello, Virgo. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Virgo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It doesn't cost you anything, right? It's totally free. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Virgo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we've got a very strong, fiery, creative Emperor to begin. I feel like this is you not only taking charge of your life, but having this sense of purpose and destiny, this kind of long-term vision, right? Making decisions right now in the moment that are going to benefit everybody in the future, even if people don't agree with your decisions right now, right? Oh, look at that. 3 of Cups. Yep, Strength, 9 of Wands, 3 of Wands, 2 of Wands. It's going to be an ace. No, but even better, we've got the Lust or Strength card. Really nice energy. Just look at all that fire right there, Virgo. You're burning bright right now. You really are. And of course, we've got that 3 of Cups. This is all for the betterment of everyone in your life, right? This is going to result in a lot of celebration, right? Things are going to get really, really good here. We got a 3. See, we got a lot of 3s now. 3, 3, and 3. This is really, really nice. More water energy. We've got some clarity with an Ace of Swords and more fire. We've got a lot of Aries energy right now. A lot of Aries energy. We have obviously the Emperor, which is Aries. We have the Knight of Wands, which is the cardinal fire energy. This is the kind of Aries energy in action. We've got Mars in Aries, and we've got the Sun in Aries, right? A lot of Aries energy right here. But we're tempered with clarity. We're tempered with a depth of emotion and connection. We're really after this celebration. A lot of good things are coming into your life. Things are going to get very, very good. And it is because of your creativity, because of your actions, because of your decisions. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. One random card from Smith Waite Tarot. We're going to put it over here. We'll put Tiny Bob Ross right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need. If at any point during the reading you feel like you might know what that card is, put your prediction down in the comments. All right. Let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise. All right. I think it'll be fun. All right. Let's see. We've got obviously these 2 major arcana. You're making decisions, you're taking charge, you're doing it with purpose. You're doing it with this love and lust and passion in your heart. You're following some sort of path right now that is just, it really is a passionate thing. I feel such like zest, such vitality in you right now. I mean, it's really this kind of fiery momentum. All the cards here are fire, right? 2 fiery major arcana. Fire, 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 fire. We've got a little bit of water, right? We've got a little bit of air. We've got a little bit of earth. With the Emperor energy, you know what it takes to get things done. You know, you've got no problem being the boss that nobody likes. You don't care. You know, I think people do like you. I'm exaggerating. Calm down. But, you know, you're willing to make those difficult decisions because you know what is coming into your life. You know how to create this just beauty, happiness, love, abundance. You know how to have a good time. This is someone that is trying to put on the best holiday event, let's say. And in order to have this be the greatest, most abundant and lovely event ever in the history of the world, you've got to be a little bit of the tyrant. You've got to be the authority. You've got to be the boss. You've got to be strict with people. You've got to be to the point. You've got to tell people like it is to get things done. Yeah. You know what it takes to put off or to pull off some kind of event or celebration. You know how to bring these good things in your life. You want this happiness in your life. So we've got to make those difficult decisions now. A lot of work goes into something like a Three of Cups, right? The Three of Cups is understanding the process of creation on the emotional plane. To have a life that is filled with this kind of abundant love, spiritual energy, you know that it takes a lot of fire, right? And so you're understanding the secret of how fire creates water. Sounds absurd, right? But not if we think of it not in terms of actual like liquid or of, heat, fire, the kind of, radiation. But in terms of it, they're more subtle meanings, the philosophic elements. Then we see how all this fire, and there's a lot of fire here, all this fire is creating this happiness that you want in your life. I cannot believe how good things are going to be getting for you. Looking back at the Three of Wands here, this is your character, this is your integrity. To me, this is you knowing yourself and committing to what you know is the right path for you. This is the sun in Aries. This is the illumination, the clarity about what you need to do. You understand the process of creation on the spiritual plane, right? This is the impulse. This is the fiery impulse. You know what needs to be done. It's just a matter now of executing it, right? Of doing it, putting your plan into motion. And that's what this card is about, kind of knowing yourself, right? Knowing who you are. You have a strong sense of self. You have a very strong identity. I feel like you really know yourself. Yeah. And I feel like you've got this commitment, this plan, this will, this impulse, this inspiration, and nothing's going to push you aside from that. Nothing. This is the best. This is the most energetic, I think, spread that we've ever had. I don't think we've ever had this much fire. Up above everything, we've got that Two of Wands here. I think that you are, I almost feel in a little bit of a defensive mode where you're kind of, you're on the lookout for other people that are trying to kind of usurp the throne or to challenge your leadership. In some ways, you're kind of looking for a fight, and we got to be careful with that. Okay. We've got to, and I think we're managing that. When we get to the path of the serpent, we'll see that. Anyone who challenges you or offers a different opinion, you're kind of looking at it as a challenge, as a fight. Yeah, as someone who is threatening your leadership. So we kind of have a bit of a heavy hand here. Okay, and we need to loosen that up a little bit. This is Mars in Aries. This is now saying, I know who I am. I know what I'm creating. I know how good life is going to get. And I'm going to just be, I'm going to drop the hammer on anybody that tries to challenge that. And that's good. That's good energy to have. I'm happy that we're tempering it here with the water and the air. Okay, thinking and feeling need to be here too. Otherwise, what do we have? We've got all impulse. We've got the desire, we've got the dream, we've got the happiness that we want, the real soul desire here with the Three of Cups. And then it's all fire, it's all impulse. There's nothing that is putting this in check at all. It's what I always say about fire and earth. Fire is the impulse, the idea, the will, the inspiration, and the earth is the behavior, the manifestation. You have such an intense desire, such an intense impulse and inspiration here, that there's nothing that could stop it. But we need the heart and the mind. That's what I always say. It's the air and the water, the heart and the mind, that can slow down the impulse before that fire reaches earth. Before that impulse becomes a behavior, it has to go through the water and the air. Okay, so we have this to just kind of to check and balance things out, right? To help us assess our impulse before it reaches the level of behavior. Okay, underneath everything we've got the 9 of Wands. This is strength. This is you knowing your strength. You know what you're capable of because you're in touch with that spiritual component in yourself. Right? This is your ability to make a promise, make a commitment, and follow through. And I think this is a promise that you made to yourself in some ways. You know? I think that you have this vulnerable place in you, and it's almost like we've committed to healing that part of ourselves, to expressing that part of ourselves. And there's all this fire, this impulse that is just saying, nothing's going to get in my way of manifesting this best life kind of thing, this happiness, this abundance, this love, this 3 of Cups, right? And, of course, the lust or strength card in the kind of future position. I don't know if this is so much the future. I kind of think this is the future. We'll get over there in just a minute. But the lust or strength card to me is the courage and the bravery to control yourself almost, right? To learn how to harness this really intense fire energy in order to get what you really want. So you're pulling down this life. You're pulling down the fire from heaven. You are using your own magical power to create the life you want. You know, I can't believe how good things are getting, but you can, because you're doing it. And this is your courage and your bravery to create the life that you want. Right? You have this confidence in your own kind of creative power. And this is like there's nothing you can't accomplish. There's a real confidence here, a real pride. And it's because you have harnessed this very energetic and creative but fiery, kind of a little wild energy in yourself. Maybe at some point in your past, you didn't have as much control over this, right? And it maybe got you in trouble. You got this fiery nature. Now you're learning how to wield it, how to harness it, and use it to create the kind of life that you want, right? And that's going to bring us over to the path of the serpent. And as we go over here, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Right? Totally free, doesn't cost you anything. And leave some comments for me too. I would really, I like to hear where everybody's watching from. You know, our viewers span the entire globe, and to me, it's really fascinating to read all that. You know. Anyway, the 3 of Pentacles here. This is now you understand what you're capable of. You've harnessed this energy, and that translates into a real practical knowledge. You understand the process of creation now on the physical plane. So we had the process of creation spiritually, emotionally, and now we're taking that to the real world. Now you know how to do that. This is kind of knowing what things you need in your life, like literally what moves to make, what people you need, what connections, what job, which location, you know. Being able to coordinate all of the kind of real world, horizontal world components of this thing. A lot of plates are going to have to be spinning, you know. So it's not just the kind of energetic thing. Now it's a real practical working knowledge, a real understanding of what things to move around here in the physical realm. Yeah. And this is the behavior. This is the way the fire connects with the earth, right? in that moment of creation. It does, however, because this is still potential. This isn't the behavior itself. This is the understanding of what the behavior needs to do. What is the behavior, right? What do I need to move from over here to over here? How do I put it together, right? What tools do I need? That sort of thing, right? A working understanding of what needs to happen. But before we get to the actual action, we've got to go through the heart and the mind. Now, in the heart, you've got this really deep water. All this fire energy made it seem like you were just kind of dry and harsh. But no, there's a real depth to you. This is real love, real connection. I think you feel things very deeply. You love things very deeply. Your pets, your plants, your people, whatever. And this is what it's about for you. This is the card in the position of the environment. You're looking to have more of this experience in your environment. You're looking to have this kind of, this is the process of creation on the mental plane. How to create love, how to create abundance, bounty, joy, right? How to create love, how to create celebration, how to create those kinds of deep emotional, spiritual bonds with people, with the world, with This is that energy in action. Right, now you're having that. Now you're achieving that. So we don't want to lose sight of this. This is one of those checkpoints along the way between fire and earth. It's got to go through the heart. The heart says, yeah, this is right. This is what we want to do. This whole thing really does vibe with your values, your true desires. And then we got to go through the mind. We need this to kind of concur with our belief system. We need the mind to kind of just to give its okay and wave us through. And this is clarity. This is an ace, right? And this might be the difficult thing. There's no other swords cards here. And this might be a little bit difficult to have the clarity. This card is in the position of the difficulty. We want clarity. We want to be of one single mind. I don't know that we're quite here yet. I think there's still maybe some doubts or a little bit of confusion that you need to work out. You need to get a little bit more certainty on the intellectual plane. See, we don't have a three of swords, right? Which would be understanding the process of creation on the mental plane. Maybe we need a little bit more of a plan. We need a little bit more communication, or we just need to have a little bit less doubt, right? So a little bit more clarity is needed until we get here. This is action. This is all of this fiery energy now becoming the behavior, becoming manifest. Now you're doing it. Now you're making all these plans. You're doing all of this work. All of this whole thing now is being executed. This is really intense. And this is the Knight of Wands, fire on fire. Right. The spiritual fire and the kind of physical manifested, fire energy. And this is really unstoppable. And when the horse and the rider get together and when they are in sync, when they have this harmony, when they're vibing, there's no stopping this energy. That's why we've got to go through the checkpoint of the heart and the mind first. Because once we let this thing out of the gate, there's no stopping it, right? But everything checks out. And it feels like things are really going to start improving through this energy. But let's look at the mystery card now. Thank you, Bob. The mystery card may be some swords energy to show that, yeah, we've been a little bit, we've been questioning things a little bit. Otherwise, I don't know, maybe we'll get kind of the result of all this, right? What do we want out of all this? Well, we had the Emperor. Maybe this is going to be the Empress. Right? Wouldn't that be wild if this was the Empress? Because then we have the fire really connecting with the earth. Now we've got the act of creation, right? Fire to earth. We need that Empress. I think that would be the perfect complement to this. And I think that would confirm exactly what we've been talking about, taking this impulse, this spiritual energy, and manifesting it into behavior, into the world, into, creation. Oh, look at that. Now we've got the perfect match, the perfect pair. We've got all this fire, the creativity, the spirit. We've got the force, we've got the impulse, the inspiration, the idea. And we have manifestation, creation, implementation, abundance, right? This is going to manifest. Things are going to get better and better and better and better. And this confirms it. And this is a card that says, hey, enjoy it. You created this. You have to exist in that creation. This is not just for you alone, but nor is it for everybody else. You're part of this. Right? You've created this, and now you exist within this world, and this feels really good. And I'm very, very happy about this. We're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, click on the link in the corner. All right? That'll give you access to all of the extended readings, not just for Virgo, but for every sign. Yeah, you can cross-watch. Maybe watch the Aries reading. You got a lot of Aries energies here. I'm on air every day, 6 to 8 a.m. Chicago time. Come back and see me again tomorrow. Yeah. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. Doesn't cost you anything at all. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you, and I love you. And we're all in this together.